is dead.
Speaking of Israel, it came to a surprise to everyone yesterday where, like, Trump was just sitting with Mark Carney and he just announced the end of the Houthis.
This is so funny.
No one knew this was happening, and then he just out of nowhere he just decided, oh yeah, we're gonna have a ceasefire in Yemen now, after bombing it for like basically his entire administration so far.
Mm-hmm. We had some very good news last night. The Houthis have announced that they are not, or they've announced to us at least, that they don't want to fight anymore. They just don't want to fight, and we will honor that. And we will stop the bombings, and they have capitulated.
They've capitulated. Sure. Even
wow.
Even Trump has some. He gives credit to the Houthis here.
Hopefully that's over with, and they'll leave the ships alone. Just leave those ships alone. But so we do. We take their word for it. It was, we hit them very hard. They had a great capacity to withstand punishment. They took tremendous punishment.
They literally destroyed their fucking international airport, killed multiple children.
And you could say there's a lot of bravery there. It was amazing what they took. But we honor their commitment and their word. They gave us their word that they wouldn't be shooting ships anymore, and we honor that. I want to thank you all for being here.
So here's the big irony about all of this, right? Trump is trying to frame this as like a W for the U.S. Like, oh yeah, we got, because if you remember, the whole reason why they started the Houthi campaign, which we covered, was that they wanted this freedom of navigation, right? They wanted us to stop attacking ships in the Red Sea, which, by the way, like the U.S., like we don't really operate in the Red Sea besides to ship weapons to Israel. That's one of the old, like we don't have many imports going on over there.
Yeah.
But in this deal, it doesn't include Israeli ships. So Houthis are still on their campaign to stop the genocide in Gaza, which is, by the way, one of the most heroic countries in the world doing this right now. There's no other country in the world that's doing more work for Gaza than Yemen.
Yep.
That's a fact.
Yeah, that's
military campaign against Israel, which is unheard of in the entire Western world. The entire world, really. And so here's Trump's reaction to that.
That the Houthis are backing down. We're seeing conflicting reports that they plan on continuing to attack Israel in support of Gaza. Does that change the equation?
No, I don't know about that, frankly, but I know one thing: they want nothing to do with us, and they've let that be known through all of their surrogates, and very strongly.
He's just like, it's okay. It's all right. Sir, they're going to keep, they're going to keep attacking Israel, right? No, yeah, whatever.
You can tell in his expression, he has no idea what to do with that information.
Houthis immediately came out to say that the U.S. president's statement is inaccurate versus,
of course,
their ships, which, of course, we know Trump is not exactly the best liar. It's pretty easy to find out. But again, this is a big L for the United States, and it can't be framed in any other way. Yemen basically told, "Hey, we'll cut a deal with you. We're gonna stop attacking U.S. ships, but Israel's still fair game." And they're like, "Yeah, okay."
Yeah.
Incredible. Incredible work with the Houthis, man. They're doing heroic. They are literally the world's heroes right now.
Yep. So that's the kind of solidarity we need over here. An attack on one is an attack on all. And I just like to say, You guys better get prepared for 4 more years of a president having cognitive issues, we'll call it, because all indications are they're going to run the dumb president thing a third time. Pretty sure they're going to run. Trump has basically melted George Bush. So you take George Bush and you put him in the microwave and you put it on popcorn mode. And so he's basically George Bush.
Run an extra few cycles, like add an extra 3 minutes.
Yeah, popcorn mode plus 3 minutes, and out comes Donald Trump. That's what you're gonna have for 4 years. He's already kind of not, and I feel like this is a template that they're just gonna keep. I feel like this is a template the Empire is just gonna keep copying. They're just gonna keep having like melty brains in the White House. Because it's like, what do you do in that situation? Okay, well, there's another melty brain in the White House. They're doing melty brain stuff. When in reality, behind the scenes, all of it is very coordinated and calculated. But to the public, their reaction is like, oh, it's a melty brain. Fuck, we had a melty brain Biden. Now we have a melty brain Trump. 2028, who knows? We could have a melty brain. It could be John
Fetterman, yeah, no, that's another good one. Stick him in there. Put him in there, or put a sports commentator like Stephen A. Smith in there.
Bro, if John Fetterman was the president of the United States, like at that point, you just need to leave. You just need to leave the country.
We're already at the point of leaving. We're beyond past that point. This country's cooked, completely cooked.
And I'm not talking about like the whole like, no, you should stay to fight your country. At that point, if John Fetterman becomes president, no, just everybody should leave. Just leave it.
Yeah.
Leave it to be John Fetterman. Everyone else just fucks off somewhere else. It'll just be an empty country with John Fetterman and his 26 APAC handlers. So,
speaking of melted brains, I just wanted to share some breaking news real quick.
Oh, no.
Guys, we have the Jewish propagandist herself with Ian fucking Carroll.
Fed Flanders
and Miss Muslim Brotherhood controls the media. Roseanne Barr. This is crazy.
I will never forget.
This is incredible. I was like, oh my God. When I just saw this just now.
I will never stop bringing up when it comes to Roseanne Barr, the fact that she went on Alex Jones and said, we need the people to own the means of production, but not the communist way. That will forever be the greatest thing she has ever said. By far.
Incredible stuff.
Just outstanding.